This is Akhenaten. He was a pharaoh. If you look closely at this figure, you can see it's a polygon. There's 5 sides to it, so it has the pentagon. All the sides are straight, and there's some symmetry on this figure, three-dimensional as well. It's very interesting. Yes. This next figure is a mastaba. This was the original type of pyramid the Egyptians had, and it's also the oldest. If you can see, there's each one is like another stack, and it's a rectangular prism. It's three-dimensional, and this again is very, very old. And pharaohs would be buried inside these. On this next piece, you see this is a tomb. In the later years of ancient Egypt, pharaohs would be buried in this, and as you can see, there's some symmetry, lines, and polygons all over this tomb. If you look to the back, you can see about two pillars, and those are really important for the structural design, so it would stay up. Again, these tombs are also like over 3,000 years old, so you can expect they're very, very sturdy. This next figure, this is the Egyptian god Anubis. He was the god of the afterlife and the god of mummification. If you look closely at this figure, you can see some kites on his, I believe it's his clothing. And you can see he's also still a very geometrical figure. And Anubis was associated with mummification in the afterlife. Next figure is the bust of the Queen Nefertiti. And if you observe, this bust is very symmetrical, and in ancient Egypt, symmetry was associated with beauty, and as you can observe, this is a very beautiful piece. And above, there's a few polygons, but you can just observe that this is very symmetrical and very well done. So this next piece is Tunso-Opet's temple, and this was started by Ramses II and finished by later rulers. If you see, there is many geometrical features on this, such as quadrilaterals and prisms. This next piece is hieroglyphics of the pharaoh Akhenaten. If you look closely in hieroglyphics, it's very interesting because the body is facing forward, but the head and feet are facing sideways, so you can only see half of the head, so one side of the face, but the full side of the body. It's a really cool thing to do with perception, and it's very interesting. And in this hieroglyphics, you can see some symmetry and some polygons. And yes. This is a temple to the goddess Isis, and if you look closely at this temple, you can see pillars, polygons, and quadrilaterals. And it's very detailed in its artwork, and there's also some hieroglyphics on it. This next piece is a temple Ramses II constructed. It's of him and his father. They were both pharaohs. Ramses II was the oldest pharaoh that we know ever to live. He lived to be 80 years old, which is the oldest any pharaoh has ever lived to. So people thought him to be immortal because he outlived everybody in his lifetime, because most people only lived to about the age of 35 back then. He was looked at as a god. This next image is a drawing of the temple Philae, the temple Philae. And as you see, once again, this is a numbered temple with lots of pillars. The Egyptians loved to use pillars, and they also put their hieroglyphics on these pillars. There is some symmetry in this temple, and there's also many different quadrilaterals and other shapes like that. And it's very well constructed. This next piece is the limestone sarcophagus, the Mathis sarcophagus. As you can see on this sarcophagus, it is a lot newer than all the other artwork I've showed, because it has more of a Greek influence on it. And you can see there's less symmetry in this one, but you can still tell it has a geometrical value. This next piece is a different sarcophagus. It also has a lot of Greek influence on it, and it has geometric value. You can see it has a triangular prism shape to it at the top. This next piece is also another sarcophagus, and in this one it has some symmetry. It has less geometric value, but you can look, there are some spheres on the top part, and there are some designs on the side. I thought it was interesting. This next piece is an Egyptian coin cabinet, and on this one you can see how it's very well designed, and there are many different quadrilaterals, and all of them are work with each other and like get smaller and smaller towards the top, and money was most likely stored in this.